my makeup artist, my family members. Lots of voicemail from my producer.
Here's what all of their posts looked like yesterday. As you can see, calling her a demon multiple different times, using practically the exact same words.
Is what led to the coordinated attacks where we had Dan Bongino calling for physical violence against Candace Owens, claiming that Candace Owens should be tortured in hell.
I get Israel, I get the Jews, I get it, I understand. You think it's my first rodeo with you dipshits? I know exactly what you're doing.
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Candace Owens is facing intense backlash after calling out Erica Kirk in her new documentary series Bride of Charlie, but the controversy isn't slowing down. Instead, it's escalating. Reports are now circulating that Kirk allegedly enlisted social media influencers to brand Owens as demonic in what appears to be a calculated attempt to undermine her credibility before the series even premiered. And when rhetoric reaches that level, it often signals something deeper than disagreement. It suggests panic. Kirk's reaction to Bride of Charlie feels unusually defensive, raising an unavoidable question. If the claims are baseless and the investigation is flawed, why orchestrate a preemptive smear campaign? Why mobilize voices to discredit Owens before audiences even had the chance to judge for themselves? The intensity of the response only amplifies the mystery. What exactly is Erica Kirk so determined to keep from coming to light?
You simply will not be able to deny that when you see the stuff that we have uncovered about her and the missing years, I'll say plural, of Erica's life. Very weird. Where was Erica?
In the immediate aftermath of Candace Owens premiering her explosive documentary on Erica Kirk, the controversy took a dramatic turn. A leaked internal email allegedly tied to Turning Point USA surfaced, instructing staff to aggressively brand Owens as evil and demonic, and to push that narrative relentlessly across social media platforms. Then, almost on cue, Dan Bongino went on air and echoed the very same language, using identical framing to discredit her. The timing was impossible to ignore. What looked at first like isolated criticism suddenly felt coordinated, calculated, and strategic, raising serious questions about whether this was organic outrage or a deliberate effort to control the narrative before Owens' investigation could gain momentum.
You go yourself, you demonic f***ing scum. This just can't be what this movement is. And if it is, I just don't want any part of it. You motherfucker. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body.
And yes, this is the same Dan Bongino who publicly claimed he reviewed the so-called Epstein files and insisted there was nothing there. That statement alone sparked intense debate. But for those familiar with Bongino's long-standing allegiances and the causes he passionately defends, this latest move feels entirely consistent with his established pattern.
What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel, the defense of Israel.
What is
Vile piece of human debris, Candace Owens has released a trailer for her new series attacking Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk. She has been suggesting for a while that TPUSA was complicit, if not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of Charlie Kirk. This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing. She is a conspiratorial, evil person, because that's who would do something like this. Because what she's doing is evil, and when you watch her show, she gets paid to do that evil. She is making money off the murder of Charlie Kirk by literally implicating his widow and everyone else at TPUSA in that murder, and then trying to dig up pseudo-dirt on the wife of the person who was murdered. I don't know what to call that other than evil trash. Candace Owens is an evil, twisted human being.
Meanwhile, Ben Shapiro entered the fray, amplifying the criticism against Candace Owens and echoing strikingly similar language, repeatedly labeling her as evil. The consistency in tone and phrasing only intensified the controversy, adding another powerful voice to what appeared to be a growing and highly coordinated backlash. Part 5. At some point, it stops looking like coincidence and starts looking coordinated. When identical language floods multiple platforms within hours of Candace Owens releasing her documentary, mirroring the phrasing of that leaked internal email, it raises serious questions. Critics didn't just disagree. They escalated, branding her demonic and evil in what appeared to be a unified front. Now, sources claim that Erica Kirk herself may have pushed for this response, allegedly encouraging influencers to amplify the narrative. One prominent ex-personality, Matt Wallace, publicly stated he was offered money to criticize Owens, but declined. If true, that revelation deepens the intrigue. Because if there's truly nothing to conceal, why resort to an aggressive smear campaign instead of calmly dismantling the claims? And if the goal was simply to move forward and protect Charlie's legacy, as stated, why ignite a firestorm that only draws more attention to the very questions being asked?
The enemy would love for me to be angry. He would love it. He would love it. Because it would distract me from building what Charlie entrusted to me, raising our babies, turning point, being there for the team, being there for...
If Erica Kirk is truly focused on building a legacy, why devote so much energy to attacking Candace Owens over what she dismisses as conspiracy theories? Especially as Bride of Charlie Surge's passed millions of views within days of release, transforming from a documentary series into a full-blown cultural flashpoint. Attempts to smear, intimidate, and discredit Owens appear to have backfired, fueling even greater public curiosity and driving massive attention to the series. But this isn't just about view counts, it's about control of the narrative. As the conversation slips beyond their influence, new questions are surfacing, particularly surrounding what Owens claims to have uncovered about Kirk's so-called missing year in 2008, when she allegedly stepped out of the public eye after her 2007 pageant win. If that chapter is as straightforward as it's been portrayed, critics ask, why the urgency to silence the story before audiences can examine it for themselves?
Is where it gets pretty interesting, because I was trying to find Erica's very present, and suddenly in 2008, I can't find her, okay? I put this as like Erica's missing school year now, and she's going to confirm that after she passes her crown, so in 2007, she's wearing the crown, and then she passes her crown, she is going to confirm that she does indeed go missing after that period. So this would be, of course, in 2008. Take a listen to what Erica says herself.
I prayed for God to just strip my ego from all of that stuff, all of that world, all of the plastic hat crowns. So I locked myself in my room, basically turned into a hermit for about a good 8 months. The only person I would see outside of my family was my pastor's wife.
As Candace Owens has emphasized, Erica Kirk was reportedly still enrolled as a college student during that period. So how does someone simply vanish from public life for nearly a year, claiming contact with virtually no one outside immediate family and a pastor's wife? That question has fueled intense speculation. Owens has suggested the possibility that Kirk underwent some form of private training, though she stopped short of defining exactly what that entailed. Online commentators, however, have taken the theory further, floating claims that it resembled preparation to become an asset or strategic operative, particularly given alleged connections between Kirk's mother and sectors tied to the military and intelligence community. These claims remain unproven, but they have undeniably added another layer of intrigue to an already explosive narrative.
So Lori, she runs a few companies like E3 Tech, AZ Tech, and G Tech. And on their websites, they describe projects in border protection, semiconductors, disaster prediction, dual fuel vehicle technology, even NASA Mars experiments. And remember, Raytheon partnered with Israel's Rafael to build the Iron Dome missile defense system. At the very core of that technology are advanced semiconductors, the same kind of tech Lori's companies claim to work with, and they were contracted with them. And I want to be very clear that she does not have any contracts with Rafael, but she has had contracts with Raytheon. And here's where I feel like everything comes full circle, because in 2025, Donald Trump himself pushed for building what he called a gold dome over America, modeled directly after Israel's Iron Dome. That's from his own speeches. And
what makes the timeline even more compelling is what happened next. Shortly after re-emerging from that year of seclusion, Erica Kirk went on to launch the Romanian Angels Initiative, an effort she said was carried out in partnership with the United States Army and the United States Marine Corps. That move alone raised eyebrows, but critics argue the deeper story lies in where the charity operated and the controversies that reportedly surrounded that region at the time. In one promotional video, Kirk even publicly thanked a U.S. Army colonel who was later accused of serious misconduct, an acknowledgement that has only intensified scrutiny and fueled further questions about the true nature of the operation and the connections behind it.
Established the Everyday Heroes Foundation, which was supposed to help children in need. That was established in Arizona under Erica's mother's name, Lori Faransby. What they decided to do, as charities do, is that they developed certain projects and certain missions, and what spun out from Lori's charity was the Romanian Angels Project. And they got this deal with the military. They worked with the military in Romania to help orphans. Okay. Now, it is a fact that they worked with, at that time, Colonel Otto Buscher. Colonel Otto Buscher was then accused of running a brothel with young children.
From this perspective, Candace Owens may have uncovered something far bigger than a personal dispute. Critics argue the implications extend beyond Erica Kirk and into the broader operations of Turning Point USA, a nonprofit organization that reportedly brings in substantial donations each year while operating under tax-exempt status. Questions about transparency and financial oversight have surfaced before, with claims that even its late founder, Charlie Kirk, once expressed interest in a deeper financial review. If Owens continues pressing for answers, supporters believe the conversation could shift from individual controversy to institutional accountability, where the stakes involve not just reputations, but significant funding and influence.